Well, we've been discussing theoretical probability and experimental probability or relative frequency and simulations and probability models. And now we actually get to do something with that. So let's look at what we have here. It says a survey asked team executives for which team they thought free agent Bonnie Solomon would choose to play for next season. And I guess Bonnie Solomon plays for the WNBA. I guess. Or I don't know, maybe it's soccer. The results are shown. So here we have a survey here of team executives, and 30% think that Bonnie's going to the Cleveland Crusaders, and 10% think she's going to the New York Titans, and 60% think she's going to the Miami Sharks. Then it goes on, design a simulation that can be used to estimate the probability that Bonnie chooses one of these three teams, and then conduct a simulation and report the results. Now we're going to conduct a simulation, and I'm going to actually do this one twice, but we're going to conduct a simulation using the random number generator. And then we're going to use one using a spinner using the probability simulator app on our TI-84 calculators. So hold on, I'm going to move over and to the calculator, and we're going to run some simulations. All right, we're over here on the calculator, and we're going to run a random number generator simulation, and then we're going to run a spinner simulation. Let's see, let me start off by clearing out some stuff. Well, I'm going to use my list, so I want to clear what I have. And I'm going to go up here and clear L1. And now I'm going to go over here and clear L2. Let's see, I want to make sure that y equal is clear. I'm going to quit this app. While I'm up here, bear with me. I'm going to quit the inequalities app because I'm not going to use it right now. And just for fun, I'm going to go ahead here and turn my stat plots off. I'm not going to be using that in this case as well. And move up here to plot 2. I saw it was on 2. Evidently I was doing some box and whisker stuff. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's go to our math screen. And I'm going to click math. And I'm going over here to where it says probability. And I'm going to choose random 5, R and A, it's with random number, and an integer, because we're going to use integers. So I'm going to choose option 5. And here's how we're going to design this. I'm going to do random generating numbers from 1 to 10. So my lower bound is 1. My upper bound is 10. And we're going to run, I don't know, what do we want to run? Let's run 50 trials. And then I'm going to go down here where it says paste, and I'm going to paste it. All right, now I want to take this information. It's going to run random numbers 1 through 10, and we're going to say that 1 through 6 means that she's going to the Miami Sharks, and 7, 8, 9 is going to the Cleveland Crusaders. That's 30%, and number 10 is she's going to the New York Titans. And I want to put this in L1, so I'm going to hit right here where it says store. It gives a little arrow out there. And I want to store it in L1. So I'm going to hit second, number 1, which is L1. And I'm going to hit enter. All right, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look at my list, make sure it got there. And there we go. I see that I've got some data in L1, and you saw that I had cleared it when we began. But I want to put that in order. So I'm going to go back to stat, and I'm going to say I want to choose option 2. I want to sort this A to D, and I want to sort L1 parentheses and hit enter. Okay, so it's done. So I'm going back to my list, and now it's in numerical order. So we said that 1 through 6 represents that she's going to the Miami Sharks. So I'm just scrolling down here, and I see that 6, there's 29 numbers, integers, 1 through 6. So that's 29 out of 50, because we ran 50 trials. So let me get my calculator out, my hand calculator, I should say. I was doing something else in there. Okay, so 29 out of 50 is 58. So there's a 58% chance in our experiment that she's going to the Miami Sharks. And let's see, then 7, 8, and 9, number 7, 8, and 9 represent that she's going to the Cleveland Crusaders. And there's 38 of those. Let's see, there's 28, 38 minus 29. There was 29, 1 through 6. 38 minus 29. So there's 9 out of 50 chances that we say she's going to the Cleveland Crusaders. So 9 divided by 50 is 18. So 18% chance she's going to the Cleveland Crusaders. Let's go back to my list, and I don't know where that L2 came from. Oh, this is on the wrong calculator now. So 10, we got wow. 50 minus 38, we got the number 10, so that's 12. So there's a 12 out of 50 chance that she's going to the New York Titans. And let's see, 12 divided by 50 is 24. So in our experiment, where the survey said there was 60% chance going to Miami, we got a 58 experimental probability, where the survey said there was 30% probability going to the Cleveland Crusaders. Our experiment yielded 18. And whereas a 10% to the New York Titans, we actually got 24. That's interesting that it was that varied. All right, now I'm going to go do this another way. And I'm going to quit where I'm at, and I'm going to hit the app button. And I'm going to scroll down here on this particular calculator, and I'm going to choose option 0, which is the probability simulator. And I'm going to pick here, I want to spin a spinner. All right, and I want to set this spinner. I'm going to click the window, and I'm going to take it down, and I want 3 sections. All right, and I'm going to set it for probability, because I'm doing a probability trial. And then I'm going to choose this advance button by hitting the window again. And I'm going to change the weight of this. And so I'm going to set number 1, which would be the Miami Sharks, at 6. And I'm going to set the Cleveland Crusaders at 3. And I'm going to set the New York Titans at 1. So that would give me a 60% probability for the Sharks, a 30% probability for Cleveland, and 10% for the Crusaders. And I'm going to hit the graph button, which is okay. And I'm going to hit the graph button again. Okay. It tells me it's going to clear everything in my memory. I'm all right with that. I'm going to hit Y equals, yes. And there I see my spinner. And now I'm going to click the spin button, which is the window. And let's see, we're going to do 50 trials on this too. So I got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm going to ask it to do plus 10 at a time. I did it 1 to get me to 10. So I click it. Now I got 20 trials. Click it again, I got 30. Click it again, I got 40. And one more time gives me 50 trials. Now I'm going to go over here and highlight the bars. And so for option 1, which was the Miami Sharks, there's a 52% probability that she's going to Miami. Remember when I did it with the random generator, it was 58 when I did that experiment. Now I'll go to column 2 or bar 2, and there's a 40% chance of going to Cleveland versus the 30% on the survey and 18% when I did it on the random generator. And now column 3, there's an 8% chance going to the New York Titans. The survey said 10, and when I did it on the random generator, it was 4. So I don't know, that's kind of fun. It shows a couple of tricks of how to do some simulations using your calculator. We did a random generator, and then we did a spinner.